had their breast removed for cancer and as part of the treatment for cancer, or any woman who is electing to have her breast removed to prevent breast cancer. Also, there are reasons that some women are born with undeveloped breast, or it fails to develop, and those sometimes are also candidates for breast reconstruction.
Many people may not choose to have breast reconstruction for one reason or another, and that's a personal choice that is theirs to make. But if they do feel that breast reconstruction would be right for them, then we want to help them with that.
There are different types of procedures that are available for breast reconstruction. I kind of break it up into two general ways. One is to replace the breast with an implant. In other words, an implant is used to replace the breast tissue that has been removed as part of the mastectomy. And the other way is to use your own tissue. And within that category of using your own tissue, there are the options of using a muscle to transfer the tissue to the breast, or else using just skin and fat.
For many people, artificial implants is a fine choice, although it's very, very difficult to get a natural reconstruction with implants if you've had radiation to your breast. We feel that reconstruction using the body's own tissue reconstructs a much more natural feeling, soft, warm breast that behaves more like a natural breast. Here at the Center for Natural Breast Reconstruction, we offer reconstruction using a woman's own tissue. We customarily use the abdomen or the buttocks as sources, although other areas can be used in certain situations.
What makes natural breast reconstruction unique is that we can use different areas of the body. Ideally, it will be an area where there's extra tissue or maybe unwanted tissue, for instance, as in a tummy tuck. And then we can take that tissue away and leave the blood vessels attached to it, and then reconnect those blood vessels to make the breast. And we do this by using microsurgery. Once the process is complete, there's never any chance that your body would reject it or you would lose the tissue. At the same time, we can take tissue without having to remove an important muscle from a part of your body. And so because of that, and because we don't use implants, it was my idea to call this natural breast reconstruction. It's not necessarily a scientific term, it's a descriptive term to describe what our main interests are here at the center. Usually by 4 to 6 weeks, people are their incisions are healed, they have no more drains or extra equipment that's attached to their body, and they're slowly getting back to normal activities and what their normal lifestyle would be.
We welcome any inquiries at our Mount Pleasant office. We also have a website, www.naturalbreastreconstruction.com, which provides a wealth of information.
You mean to tell me that I have breast cancer and you didn't give me a timeline? Woohoo! I hit the jackpot. And so it was with this gift of non-terminal cancer that I would go to my many doctor's appointments with a new song in my heart and a spring in my step. Hi-ho, hi-ho. It's off to Dr. Craigie I go. To brand new breasts and he'll fix the rest. Hi-ho, hi-ho, hi-ho. So you see, I am no inspiration. Now that it is all said and done, at the end of the day, I've got a couple of brand new pieces parts, and let's face it, after nursing 2 babies, they weren't anything to write home about anyway. I got a bonus tummy tuck, and most importantly, I get to live.
So here I am, a week and 3 days out of surgery, and I'm back to almost a normal routine. I'm actually doing some work from home and feeling really good and looking forward to the next steps.
I just want to say how glad I am that I came here. The work they do is amazing. And I never thought after having the mastectomy that I would ever feel like a woman in this area again, and not only do I feel like a woman, but I even feel like a sexy woman, and I am incredibly pleased with the results, and I couldn't have come to a better place. And so all of you out there know that there is hope to feel whole again, and certainly Dr. Kline and Dr. Craigie is one of the best places you can do it at. I know that I feel that way, and the whole staff has been amazingly helpful in every aspect of it. So good luck in your journey, and thanks to the group here, and that's it.
Hi, I'm one of Dr. Kline's patients, and I'm very satisfied with the work he's done. And I can't wait till I'm finished and I can sport around with my new self.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Craigie. These are mine, all because of you. Dr. Craigie rocks.
I chose to come here because I can actually say today that these people are the best in the nation. I have the most beautiful two breasts in the world, and they are so perfect, and they are perfectionists. They will make sure that you get exactly what you want. You keep coming back, you keep telling them what you want, they will perfect it, and they will give you exactly what you want. It is well worth the money. They work well with you. They are kind. I love them. I love them. Come here. Do not go anywhere. I wish I could give you my number. I wish you could sit down with me and talk with me. Come here.
Hi, my name is Lara, and I'm about to embark upon the process of having a DIEP flap reconstruction, and I wanted to share with you my journey. My DIEP flap reconstruction is scheduled with Drs. Kline and Craigie from a week from today, and I just would like for you to follow along with me and see all the things that I have to do to prepare. So what is the DIEP flap? The DIEP flap is a breast reconstruction procedure where they take tissue and fat and blood supply and skin from your lower abdomen. They transfer it up into the breast area, and they recreate a breast for you when obviously you've had a mastectomy. I've had a double mastectomy. I've also had chemo, and I've had radiation, and I have also had silicone implants placed, which my plastic surgeon was very honest with me that this probably was not going to be my best option because I had had radiation, and that radiated skin does not stretch. And she was right. That skin did not stretch, and therefore that breast with the silicone implant in it is basically pancaked to my chest. The second breast has a nice contour, but the first one not so much. So I have decided to research other options. I had initially chosen the silicone because I'm young and I have a young child and an active lifestyle, and I didn't really want to go through surgery and recovery and potential long-term side effects. So when I had my silicone implants put in and they didn't work, I was very disappointed. I was very apprehensive about what I thought my options were from there. My plastic surgeon here at home, her next recommendation was that I get a tram flap and that she could do it for me. I was really afraid of the tram flap. I knew that because of the cutting of the muscle and moving it up to the breast, that recovery was going to be very difficult. and there was going to be potential pain, there was going to be a chance for hernias, and there was going to be possibly some limitations in the amount of weight that I could lift. With a 3-year-old, that's just not a possibility for me with my life the way it is. And so I went to the internet and I started looking into different options, and that's when I found the DIEP flap. And kind of through there and clicking around, I found Doctors Craigie and Kline. And so, you know, in comparing the DIEP flap and the tram flap, the DIEP flap has a much faster recovery time because the muscle is not cut. It is just, again, the tissue, skin, and blood supply. And in my case, having the implants and having had the radiation, the side that I had the radiation on didn't create a real breast contour. Like I said, it was more of a pancake. And so the benefit that I will get out of this DIEP flap reconstruction is that I will have additional skin and tissue that can be used to recreate that breast. So my contour and my profile will be much more normal looking in the future. So that is my goal. I don't ever have to wear a string bikini again, but if I could look good in a sweater and look like I have normal shaped breasts with a nice, you know, flesh consistency, I'd be very happy. So that and the recovery time are why I chose this surgery. As I understand it, the way the process will work is I will go in the day before surgery. I will have what's called an MRA, which is similar to an MRI, and they will track the way that your blood flows through your abdomen, and they will identify where the major blood supplies are. So that way they know the next day exactly where to go to start. You'll then go into the doctor's office, and he will mark you up with a magic marker to track that blood supply, and again, so they know exactly where to go the next day. The DIEP flap surgery is a multi-phased process. The first phase is simply the transfer of the tissue from the donor site in your abdomen up to your breast, and the creating of the breast tissue and the establishing of the flap and the blood supply. So that's pretty much the first step, and they I understand, like to limit it just to that, since that is really the kind of the key step. At that point, there is a 4-day recovery in the hospital to monitor the flap and make sure that that blood supply has taken. Then you can leave the hospital and stay in the area just in case, and you have a 1-week post-op appointment, in which time they'll check you out, they'll remove any drains that you might have, and pretty much release you to go home. At this point, there's 6 weeks is I understand, really the recovery period, at which point you'll be kind of feeling better and be able to lift things. Within that time, once you get the surgical drains out and once you get off of the pain meds, you're able to drive. So I will be looking forward to getting those drains out. The second phase of the process, I understand, can be done anytime 3 to 4 months after you've healed and from the first process. So the second process is where they go in and they'll do recontouring and reshaping of that breast to make it, anything that might have in the healing process might, not look quite right, they can go in and fix in that second process. And then the third phase of the process is the creation and the coloring in of the nipple. And Doctors Kline and Craigie can do this, but I will probably opt to have this third phase done at my plastic surgeon here at home, just because I'm 3 hours away and for convenience purposes. Anyway, I'd like to share with you my road to this reconstructive procedure, and I want to share with you all of my thoughts and all of my concerns and how I chose Doctors Craigie and Kline, and just my recovery and life after breast reconstruction. So come along with me. Hi, it's me. It's Monday. It's 2 days before my surgery, and tonight is my last night in Charlotte with my family before I go down to Charleston for the surgery on Wednesday morning. So we're just spending some family time, and then I'm going to head out first thing in the morning. I just had my MRA. The experience was very similar to an MRI. They put a needle in your vein and they inject contrast, and they just they check on how the blood flow goes through your abdomen, and you get in the tube with the magnetic, and the the noise is loud just like an MRI and everything. And I wanted to show you what my results look like. Christy is going to explain a little bit about what we're seeing here in the results.
This is one of the pictures once we've given you the contrast, the starting at the bottom, the body, and working your way up. These are the vessels that are in the front part that they are looking at for the surgery. They look at how large the vessels are and try to decide the best ones to use for the surgery. These white parts here, that's after the contrast, a couple different ways of looking at them. We have this picture where we have the aorta coming along here, and these are these anterior vessels. Kind of spin you around a little bit so they can see them as they come. And make their choices, find the best tissue to use for your surgery.
Hi, I am in the admitting area, and I've had my IV put in, that they'll put fluids in, and I'm about to get my heparin shot. I've got some nice stockings and stuff for my legs to help prevent blood clots, and beautiful stylish hat, of course. So we are getting started. I just spoke with the anesthesiologist, and I'm waiting for Dr. Kline to come in. So this is Dr. Kline. We are about to embark on my deep flap surgery, and I'm all prepared. I've got everything on, and I think we're about to head back in.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it, and we'll go get started.
Okay, I am in the operating room, and all of my experts are here around me, and they are about to put me to sleep. So wish me luck.
Currently 2 surgeons operating, and we feel like that's a very important component of doing these flaps efficiently and reliably, is to have 2 fully trained perforator flap surgeons operating at the same time whenever possible.
And because we work together a lot, we know how each of us likes to do it, and we start planning the case the day before, and we discuss it along the way, and so we can coordinate. And it makes it more efficient, especially when we have our team that also works with us.
The nurse anesthetist, the nurse circulator, the scrub tech, the surgeons, we all work together on these procedures on a regular basis, so we know what each other's needs are, and we're able to help each other make sure that we have everything we need.
And it's just simply knowing what the doctor needs, anticipating what he needs, and moving with the changes, transitioning with the changes. Every year it gets better, it's more refined, and we just mesh. We've been working together so long.
Hello, it's me. It's about 24 hours past my deep flap surgery, and I hear that I'm doing really well. I've moved from IV painkillers to regular pills, and Dr. Kline has come in and said that I'm healing up nicely. And they take a little a Doppler sensor, and they put it on the new skin flaps so that they can hear the blood flowing to and from the vessels. So that's pretty neat. That's one way they monitor it. The other way is I have little patches that are temperature gauges, so they can tell that the temperature is healthy and that it's getting an adequate blood supply. So anyway, I'm hoping to get a good night's sleep tonight and feel a whole lot better in the morning. Good morning. Today is 3 days from my surgery, and I am starting to kind of feel normal again. I've still got some pain in my abdomen and my chest, obviously, but we're keeping up with that with the pain meds. And despite the fact that I am hooked up to something that monitors, this goes up to my chest and it monitors the temperature of my flaps and the blood flow going through my flaps. And there also down here is a cord where I wear a sock kind of thing. And this keeps pumping the blood through my legs to prevent blood clots from building up in my legs. It just keeps the blood flowing. This is a third thing that I need to use. Many of you have probably used this after surgery. It's to, when you've been under anesthesia for a long time, your lungs kind of shrink up and you don't take as deep an air breath as you would normally. And so you practice doing this, and this kind of helps to expand your lungs a little bit. Other than that, the pain the first day was a bit difficult, but after the first day it's been very manageable. We've managed it with pain pills, and I'm feeling pretty good today. I've been getting up and walking around, and I am going to get disconnected from all of this stuff today, so I'm very excited about that. And I am also planning on taking a shower today. That is the most important part of my day. So I'm looking forward to that. Hey, today's the day I've been waiting for. It's day 4 post-surgery, and I just met with Dr. Kline, and he examined me, and he said that everything looks really good. So I have been released from the hospital, and I'm waiting to leave. All of the